What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. All right, everybody. So we're about 3 weeks away from July, and more information and more conversation is going to start ramping up about the July movies. We all know Super Jurassic, all right, Superman, Jurassic World, Rebirth, and then the Fantastic Four are all dropping in July. So Fantastic Four tickets went on sale this week. Fandango is saying that Fantastic Four broke ticket sale records, all right? More tickets sold this year than any other movie on its first day. This is what Fandango had posted up. Isn't this fantastic? Marvel's Fantastic Four First Steps sold more tickets in its first day than any other film this year. Do you have your tickets yet? And so we're starting to get some of the box office predictions coming out now. Box Office Theory posted this up. Box office tracking and forecast. Fantastic Four First Steps, $125 to $136 million plus. Eyes one of Marvel's best late summer debuts. Look, and let me just say, $125 to $136 million debut. That is very, very good. That is an amazing debut. But a lot of people will be interested in going to this movie early on, first weekend. Not a problem. It's all about what it does after this, all right? You can have a very big opening weekend and then fall off completely. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania opened up to about $107, $108 million in its opening weekend, and then it fell off the side of a cliff after that. So the opening is solid, but what's the reaction going to be? What's the word of mouth? Is this a good movie? Is this something I want to go back and see multiple times? Is this something I'm going to be telling my friends, hey, you need to go and watch Fantastic Four First Steps? It's awesome. Are people going to be saying that coming out of the theaters? What's the cinema score going to be like? What's the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes going to be like? Honestly, even what is the critical score? Because normies follow Rotten Tomatoes. They'll look at the critical score and they'll say, oh, okay, critical score says it's good. I'm going to go check it out. Right? Like lately, Marvel has not been like the golden child when it comes to going to movies. Back in phases 1, 2, and 3, people trusted Marvel. Now everybody's kind of like, I don't know what the hell this is. I'm just going to go ahead and wait for Disney Plus. That's what a lot of people are doing. But nevertheless, this is a very solid opening if it can hold it. Now, here's the second part about that, because when you start asking what kind of movie are we getting and are people going to rock with this movie, look at the information we're now seeing. Yeah, this is on Cosmic Marvel. They posted this up. Sue Storm is the leader of the team in the Fantastic Four First Steps.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Are you stupid or something?
I'm as stupid as stupid does.
They never learn, man. They never learn. They never learn. They double and triple down on MCU. You know, again, we just got through talking about this on the nightcap. Reed Richards is the leader. And the reason why Pedro Pascal is getting laughed at and joked on is because this dude doesn't look like a leader. He looks like a what?
A lazy 50-year-old bougie bitch.
What, you don't want to go and get like...
He looks like a fucking simp. And so, yeah, this is probably the reason why all of them other actors were turning down the role, because they saw, oh, Sue Storm is the leader? Nah, I'm good. I'm out. Reed Richards is supposed to be the leader, so I'm out of here. But yeah, look what the executive producer says of the movie, Grant Curtis. So this isn't some sort of fan theory. This is coming directly from the person that made the movie. If you do go back through the comics, you realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four, because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart, says executive producer Grant Curtis. All right, now this is this quote from this Collider article. Let's check this out. Yeah, it says, we're getting the Sue Storm we deserve. All right, as if Jessica Alba wasn't good enough. All right. It's funny because this particular part of the article is buried like all the way down at the bottom of this long ass article. It's almost like they were trying to hide this shit. All right. Like they didn't want people to just see this right off the rip. But yeah, it says we're getting the Sue Storm we deserve. And even in this first sentence, check this first sentence out. They'll tell you exactly the Sue Storm that they think we deserve. The last live action version of Sue Storm wasn't exactly a win for women. You see, a Sue Storm that's a win for women, that's the Sue Storm we deserve. All right? Not a win for men. Not a win for the main audience for comic book content, whether that's cartoons, whether that's comic books themselves, whether that's movies and television shows. The main audience has always been guys. This is certainly not the fault of the actor who played her in the two mid-2000 films, Jessica Alba, but more a byproduct of a more male-gazing era of filmmaking. No, it's a byproduct of people that understand their audience. The people that made that movie and cast Jessica Alba knew exactly who was coming to see this movie, and they made a song. Hey, put that chick in there. Yeah, get Jessica Alba in this thing. Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, let's put her in here. Why do you think everybody's trying to get Sydney Sweeney in this shit right now? Why do you think everybody wants Sydney Sweeney in everything they can stick her in? And no puns intended and no, yeah. T would be like, that's a pause. But why? Because Jessica Alba is hot. Yeah, Jessica Alba in the Fantastic Four was a smoke show. And see, again, when you understand your audience, you understand who's actually coming in the door that's going to pay the most money to watch this movie. When you understand that, you cast appropriately. When you don't understand that, that's how you end up getting dumb shit like Black Snape and Black Little Mermaid and Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, because you don't understand who's coming to watch your movies. You don't know these people. They knew, they understood. Oh, we better put this smoke show in there. If we want people to come and buy these tickets, bro, we better put Jessica Alba in there and put her in the most attractive outfit possible. And look, and it did just fine. It got a sequel, didn't it? Now, the storytelling could have used some improvement. That's what we really want. We want them to just improve the storytelling and the acting and all of that kind of stuff. But the actors that they're casting were just fine. There was no problem with Jessica Alba at all. The Sue Storm we'll see in First Steps is promised to be much more multifaceted. But see, that has nothing to do with the actress. And I'm not saying that Vanessa Kirby isn't attractive. I think she's a dime piece. She looks great. She looks absolutely fantastic. I think she's going to do a good job. But yeah. We just want somebody that fits the male gaze, because the men are the ones that's going to be putting the most money in your pocket, Marvel. Have y'all not learned your lessons from the Marvels yet? Yeah, y'all remember when the Marvels was the lowest box office opening ever? All right? Trying to push all of this MCU stuff in our face. How did it do? Yeah, remember, the diagnostics for the Marvels, all right? Chock full of women. 65% male leaning. It was more guys that went to watch this movie. 45% of them were men over the age of 25. All right. 22% were women over 25. Women under 25 at 14%. So it was 65% male, 35% female. A movie that had 3 female protagonists and a female villain. And guys went to watch it. You got to lean into your male audience. This is the reason why y'all fucking up. It's so simple. Even a caveman can figure this out. Jesus, man. As Curtis astutely notes, Sue is the real center of the 4. If you do go back through the comics, you'll realize that Sue Storm is arguably the leader of the Fantastic Four, because without Sue Storm, everything falls apart. I just say it's a team. You take one member off the team and the whole thing is in disarray. So it is a team. It's a team that everybody has to keep together. But the lead is Reed Richards. It's not Sue Storm. I'm sorry. You pull any member of that team off and things are going to be in disarray. And maybe, yeah, you could say without Sue Storm, you don't have your emotional beats in check. Like everybody's not checking their emotions. And if things start getting a little bit crazy, you know, Sue got to bring them back to earth or whatever. Yeah, that's a role that she plays in there. And that's a very vital role. Nobody's taking away from that. But to call her the leader, man, that's doing a little bit too much, man. While not naming the past films directly, Curtis does recognize the need for better characterization for women in these films. We've had the desire to date aesthetically, but in terms of character and treatment, who should be front and center? It's like, hey, let's tell the best story possible. In other words, let's stick Sue Storm front and center. Just like she was on the cover of Empire, right? Front and center Sue Storm. Look, they've been telegraphing it to us. This is who this movie is about. This movie is about Sue Storm. All right. Now we got the actual executive producer coming out and telling you flat out to your face. So there's no mistaking it. When you go into this movie, you know exactly what to expect. Don't be out here, oh my God, I'm surprised that they made this about Sue. It was always going to be about Sue. They've been telegraphing it. Now you got the dude talking about it. So remember, when we were looking at this again, we were seeing this on the nightcap, and we were talking about this, you know, shill article, this shill article on comicbookmovie.com, where they're saying, oh, this is just some irrational complaint that Invisible Woman is the lead character. All signs pointed to this. All signs pointed to her being the lead. And that says, oh, well, you know, he was trying to say that's not a bad thing. Well, again, if you understand your audience and you understand who's coming to watch the movie, and if you have been reading the tea leaves and you see the MCU is not working, why would you go and lean back into that with the Fantastic Four. When you have an opportunity to get a really good Reed Richards and put him front and center and have him get ready to lead the next era of the Marvel Cinematic Universe along with the X-Men, why would you go right back to the MCU? That's what we're saying. Put whatever movie you want to put out there, but I'm just befuddled. I don't understand it. Haven't you lost enough money, Marvel? Apparently not, man. Anyway, let's see what other folks are saying on this cosmic Marvel. Go woke, go broke, pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much what it is at this point, man. The new rules are in effect. Go woke, go broke, disgraceful. Samantha, shut the fuck. Look, a woman, shut the fuck up, Grant Curtis. This is what Marvel has become. And they are not slowing down. They're doubling and tripling down on this shit. So for everybody that says they aren't learning, everybody that says they are learning, they aren't learning. They have learned absolutely nothing whatsoever about what the fans are looking for and why they've had failure after failure after failure in the past. I'm not saying that you got to make Sue Storm some second-class citizen, but she can't be the damn leader, man. I mean, that's insane. Pedro does seem like the type to be led. Yeah, it does. As a matter of fact, yeah, going back to that Collider article, seeing Kirby and Pascal stand beside each other was quite startling as you get the sense of bond and intimacy. Kirby describes her on-screen husband as generous and without ego, going into detail. I've never had a male actor as a counterpart who's been so utterly equal and supportive of the relationship, but also the female character opposite him. I just feel so grateful every day to have an actor like Pedro who is so generous. And here's what Pedro Pascal says. I love being led in a way, yeah. Look, there's tops and there's bottoms, all right? I'm gonna stop right there. Yeah, what you may identify as generosity, for me, it just isn't. I'm only inspired by, I guess, just powerful women have been the thing that has gotten me through being alive. Yeah, so that's your Reed Richards, ladies and gentlemen. He loves to be led, all right? Women have been the ones that have pushed him through and gotten him through. There it is. All right. You don't have a man at the front of the Fantastic Four. You got a woman. And honestly, man, if you're going to cast Pedro Pascal, I guess you might as well go ahead and make Vanessa Kirby the lead. You might as well just say, yo, Vanessa, it's on you. This guy is not going to be the male lead in a film. Has he led any film as the male lead? I don't think he has. I got to go back and look. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation. Look, man, at the end of the day, these cats, they don't know what they're doing anymore at Marvel. Marvel has been falling off super hard over the last 4 or 5 years. It doesn't look like that's going to slow down anytime soon. You can tell me all you want to that the activists are gone. Maybe they are. Maybe they have gotten the activists out. But Kevin Feige is still there. And I guarantee you, look, this thing got Kevin Feige's name written all over it. All right. I love being led in a way. Wow. Something you should never hear coming out of a grown man's mouth. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Go ahead, jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.